I'm Melissa Lane, and welcome to the LifeKraft Podcast. LifeKraft is passionate about helping you live your everyday life better by sharing inspiration, awareness, and tools to enable you to create a fulfilling life. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the LifeKraft Podcast. My name is Melissa Lane and I am so happy to be your host today. Before we get into today's topic, I just want to remind you that we love hearing from you and we love building this community. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and then take a screenshot of yourself listening to this episode, tag at the LifeKraft, and you can tag myself as well at Melissa Lane Wellness and share what your biggest takeaways were of this episode. Today we're going to look at intentions, setting intentions for the life you want to experience. So I know as a young girl, I used to struggle with setting goals. I grew up in an environment that was filled with a lot of A-type personality men that would just say that you should push your emotions aside and that you should just make your goals and just work really hard at achieving them. Action, action, action. That's all you need. You need your goals, you need your 5-year plan, and then you just need to take action every single day and you will get the life that you want. And I struggled with that concept for years. I wanted to. I really did. I made my goals. I made my New Year's resolutions. I set them. But there was always a kind of block in my spirit, in my energy when I did that. And I could never understand why. And then the older I got, the more I realized the one thing that I, as a feminine being on earth, really resonated with was my emotional side, was my feelings, was energy and subtleties in this life. And being able to use those as tools while setting your goals, while going on this journey called life, was really a powerful thing. And one of the ways that I did that was by setting intentions instead of only setting goals. And today I want to talk about that because I think it's such a powerful thing to get into. So if you've ever struggled to set goals, whether you struggle to visualize them, whether you have a fear of failure, whether you're really just stuck in survival mode, I want to encourage you to go and listen to episode 21 of the LifeKraft Podcast, just so that you can get a backstory of your higher self, the highest version of yourself, because I'm really going to talk about that a lot today. And then I encourage you to listen to next week's episode as well, where I'm going to be putting all of this stuff into practice and giving you a meditation that you can do to start learning how to connect with your higher self as well as how to set intentions on a daily basis. But let's dig into this topic. If you have nothing that you're aiming for, you'll miss your target every time. I think Tony Robbins taught me that. So having a goal and having an intention is such a powerful thing because otherwise you don't know where you're headed. It's like a little GPS. You put in where you want to go and that voice guides you step by step. So I wish life had a GPS. I've learned that my emotions are my inner guidance system, and I look at my state of being and my emotions as my little GPS. Now you might be wondering, where does intentions come into this? I want to explain to you what the difference is between having goals and having intentions. So goals are always future focused, while having an intention is focusing on how you want to feel, who you want to be, and what you want to experience in this present moment. Now, the reason that's so important is because we are always living in the now. Even that future goal that you're imagining, when you get there, when you are driving that car, when you are in that relationship, you will only be in the present moment. So learning how to focus in on how you're feeling, what your thoughts are, and what your energy is in the present moment, and having that as your guiding force is a very, very powerful practice. Secondly, goals are mostly outside of you. They are the type of things that you are aiming for, like a car and a house and a relationship and maybe a really great adventure that you're going to have, but it's mostly outside of you, while intentions are mostly focused on the emotional state and what you want to feel, what you want to experience in any given moment. That is why I love intentions, because it's very difficult sometimes to know exactly what you are going to want in 5 years' time. Now, I know some people know exactly what they want and how are they going to get there. But there are lots of people out there where if you ask them what their 5-year plan is, it's not that they don't have dreams and it's not that they don't have plans. It's just that it's a lot easier for them to be in the present moment and take the next logical step than it is for them to have that goal and to go for it no matter what. Because we change. Life changes us. I don't think any of us imagined to live through a global pandemic. That meant that a lot of our 5-year plans had to change. And I think that in 2020, one of the practices that I relied on was setting a daily intention, setting a moment-to-moment intention, because I had no control over how my 5-year plan would play out. I have one in place, I have a vision board, I have all of those things. But an intention is something that you can determine on a shorter basis, and that will naturally bring you to the next thing and the next thing. So the third difference between goals and intentions are: goals are mostly focused on your aim and a desired result, while an intention is mostly focused on the process and the journey. There's a little bit more allowance in an intention for life to play out and you to take the next step there. So I'm definitely not saying that you should choose either or. I actually think that your intentions can help you to achieve the big goals that you have. I always love listening to Lisa Nichols, and she always says she has like goals and then she has goals, those bigger ones. And then she has these sub goals that bring her towards the bigger goals, because we usually think that we can do more than we can in a week, but we always think we can do less than we can in a year's time. We have that funny thing because we don't really get how powerful we are as human beings. So we might set these amazingly huge goals for us to achieve in a month or in a year's time, but we don't necessarily have the ability to calculate the amazing goals that we can reach in 5 or 10 years' time. And setting daily intentions, moment-to-moment intentions, helps you to have those little steps, those little goals in place for you to be able to reach those bigger ones. And if you get into the habit of setting daily intentions for yourself, for your business, for your relationship, for your career, all of those types of things, you will be amazed at how your life will start going in that direction naturally. Things will start feeling like the next logical step. Instead of something you need to go out and get, it'll feel like something that will naturally start coming towards you. It's an amazing feeling. So, intentions, and the reason why I like them so much, is they help you reset and refocus anytime you would like to experience something different. I think that was one of the biggest things that got me into really focusing in on setting intentions. And I started early in the morning. And I had a little ritual that a lot of you that follow me on social media will know. When I light my incense in the morning, that is when I set my intention, the first little intention of the day. So whether you set it in the morning or you set an intention just before a meeting, so powerful, or you set an intention before coming home, you're leaving the day behind and you're coming home fresh. Who do you want to be when you step into that house? Whether it is for your amazing fur baby dog that's waiting there for you, or maybe it's for your partner or your kids. Before you get out of the car, set an intention for who you want to be and how you want to experience this next segment of your day. And then what I also love doing is setting intentions before having a talk or going on an adventure, and even setting an intention for a date night. I so enjoy being intentional with what I want to experience, and that will be the energy that I bring into a situation. So if you had to think of certain times in your day where the momentum of your day is going to shift, you are going to get up. You are going to have your first meeting. You are going to get into your car and drive to work. You are going to take your kids to school. You might have to have a difficult talk with someone, or you might be going on an adventure or creating something. Use those shifts in your day as little opportunities to set an intention. And remember, an intention is setting the emotional state, setting the feeling and the experience that you want to have in your mind. I'm going to give you a couple of examples in just a bit. So remember this, your dominant thoughts and feelings give you the actions that you will have throughout your day. Your dominant thoughts and feelings will give you the actions that you will have that will go with you throughout your day. So think about what you think about and think about what you're feeling right now. You might be in a great space right now. You might be relaxed. You might be motivated. You might be excited. Use that emotion to set an intention for what you want to feel next. It sounds like such a simple practice, but your entire being will start focusing on bringing that intention to you. So let's make a little example. I get up in the morning, I greet my dogs, I say a couple of things that I'm grateful for just so that I can set my mind in that zone. No writing it down, no nothing. I just think about it. I'm so grateful for my pillow. I'm so grateful for my house. I'm so grateful for these awesome dogs that make me feel so alive and happy to be here on this planet again for another day, because they are just always excited when I see them in the morning. They make it really difficult to start my day in a bad mood. Then I get up, I have a glass of water, and I go and I light my incense and I set my intention for my entire day. So I don't make it very complicated, because I've noticed in my own life, if I overcomplicate things, they don't stick. So I make a one word or one phrase intention. Today I want to feel ... So I'll say something like, today I want to feel productive. So my intention is, at the end of the day, when I get into bed, this is what I want to say I felt today. I wanted to feel productive. And some days I'll say, today I want to have fun. Full stop. No matter what I'm doing, no matter where I'm going, and no matter who I'm doing it with, my intention for today is to have fun. So it doesn't matter if I'm washing the dishes or playing with my dogs or answering messages on WhatsApp. I want to infuse every single thing I do with fun. And that's how I started to set intentions. One word, one phrase, one feeling, one experience that I want to have be the dominant, umbrella over my day. That is my intention for the day. Will things pop up? Absolutely. Will I experience things that are the complete opposite of fun or productive or whatever, peaceful, or I'll have an intention for clarity in that day? Will I feel confused if I might get a message or an email from someone? Yes. Because we live on a polarity planet. That means there are the two sides of the coin that are available to you all the time. We live in a world that is full of change, full of different things happening. We can't control other people and their behavior. We can only control our experience. And we're in this world with other humans having their experience, influencing yours. It's very complex. But you can have fun and you can create and you can start taking your power back when it comes to you and your experience by setting something as simple as an intention. So, what I love about this whole practice is, as I said before, you can refocus anytime. If you've noticed that you set your intention at the beginning of the day for being productive. Today, I want to be productive. I don't just want to be busy. I want to be productive. I want to know that I did something that moved the needle in the direction of the career that I'm building, of the empire that I'm building, of the home that I'm building, of whatever I am creating. Whatever I did today moved the needle in that direction. And something happens. Someone calls you and says, hey, do you have time for a meeting at 2? Or, hi, I'm in the area. Do you want to go and have a coffee? Or, hey, I have to talk to you about something because something really bad just happened to me and I just need to offload to someone right now. Or they just start talking to you without even asking your consent and not even trying to see if you have boundaries or if you're in that state of mind to listen to them. In that moment, having set the intention at the beginning of the day can help you decide whether that is the next logical step for you or not. Being aware of your intention throughout your day, of wanting to be productive, will help you make decisions when life's distractions come. So when someone sends you that email or when someone makes that call or invites you to coffee, you will have that choice to say, is this going to make me feel productive by the end of the day? Does this match the intention that I sent for this day? And if it does, fantastic, follow that next logical step. But if it doesn't, if it's not in alignment with the intention that you set that day, you have an amazing opportunity to set a boundary and say, you know what? Today is not going to work for me. Today I have all of these things already planned. This is my intention for my day. How about we have this call when I get back home, or maybe tomorrow, or I'll see you over the weekend for coffee. You have that option. But if you just go through life aimlessly, it's an amazing thing that happens. Life distracts you with all kinds of things all the time. And there's this funny thing that happens in relationships that I've noticed in my own life, that when you wake up and you set an intention for your day and you set an intention for a meeting and you set an intention for a date, it's like your energy is more grounded and it's like you have this beacon shining from you that just says, I know what I want, I know where I'm going, and you can't just aimlessly distract me with what you think is important. I've got this. I'm on a mission. I am doing my thing. I know what I want to experience in life. And it's as if less and less people who just want you to help them feel better, you help them build their empire, you help them have the experience that they want to have, come into your life. It's a strange phenomenon that I've noticed. But when you set an intention to be productive or to have fun, I promise you, do it for a couple of days and take a look at the amount of people that come into your life and the amount of situations that pop up, synchronicities here and there, that will help you get to that intention. You will meet people, you will get messages from people, you will just connect again with old friends that will help you on your journey to being productive, on your journey towards that goal that you have. And that's why you set that intention in the morning. It's an amazing thing to start experiencing. So I really want to encourage you, set intentions. And then lastly, I just want to add this little thing. When I became a student of A Course in Miracles, which is an amazing, amazing text, I learned a little prayer that I started saying in the mornings before I learned how to set intentions for myself, just to open myself up to possibilities and to just know that I have an aim today, but I don't necessarily know what it is, but I want to be used for something bigger than me. I want to be a part of this amazing thing that we call life. I don't just want to live for myself and what I want to experience. And so there are a lot of days where my only intention is this prayer that I'm going to share with you now. And feel free to write it down and feel free to use it anytime. You don't need to be a student of A Course in Miracles to use this prayer, but it's an amazing intention that you get to set at the beginning of your day when you might not have something in your heart that you want to experience, or when you might feel a little fragile and a little lost, but you know that you still want to be moving in a direction that is where your higher self is. And this prayer has helped me a lot. It says, "What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom?" That little prayer from A Course in Miracles is an amazing intention to set any single day of your life. So I hope that this inspired you to set intentions, not only at the beginning of your day, but in the middle of your day. You have immense power in you to start creating a life that you want to experience. Remember, this is a complex world that we're living in. You can't control everything, but you do have more power than you know about the experience that you're living. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to share your takeaway or something you heard that motivated or inspired you, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and tag @LifeKraft on Instagram. Also, feel free to let us know who you'd like to see appear on this show in future. We enjoy bringing you interviews from experts and everyday people so that they can talk about their experiences and share information, tips, and what has worked for them on their journey towards a better life. However, remember that the opinions or advice of our guests and myself, the host, should not be taken as personal, actionable advice and is given as general information and education only. Please always remember to consult a qualified professional before implementing any medical, financial, legal, or other advice that you believe might work for you. LifeKraft is not responsible nor liable for your decision when implementing anything you hear on the podcast. Please listen and act responsibly. The opinions of our guests do not represent the opinions or views of LifeKraft or Melissa Lane personally and are meant as information and general education only. Education only. Education